Ever get that feeling? Where a song can just totally shift your mood.
Yeah. So
Like you're dragging, feeling and then bam, your jam comes on.
Right.
And it's like you can conquer the world. Music's got this weird secret power.
It really does. And you know what's fascinating? We can actually use that power like on purpose.
That's what we're digging into today, right?
Yeah.
Music therapy. You sent over some really cool research on how it helps people heal from trauma. But okay, before we get all into that, let's talk about the why.
Music therapy, it's not about like becoming a musician or anything.
Right, right.
It's using music, the music itself, as a tool.
Okay, so let's unpack that tool idea.
Yeah.
Trauma, like the really heavy stuff, it actually changes how our brains work, right?
Exactly. Big time. Say you go through something terrifying. Our brains go into like freak out mode, fight, flight, or freeze.
Survival mode.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
primal. And the amygdala, that's part of our brain dealing with emotions, it goes into overdrive.
Oh, so it's like an alarm system going haywire?
Pretty much. And for some people, that alarm, it gets stuck on high alert, even when the danger's long gone.
Makes sense then why someone who's been through trauma might always be on edge, like with anxiety, flashbacks, or even feeling numb. Their brain's stuck on repeat.
Exactly. And here's where it gets super interesting. Trauma. It can mess with the parts of our brains that deal with language. So talking about it, sometimes almost impossible.
Whoa, so it's like their brain's trying to process this huge thing, but the words just aren't there.
You got it. It's like a broken record player,
And that's where music swoops in to save the day.
like a superhero.
It's like it can bypass those verbal roadblocks and just like connect on a deeper level, right? More emotional.
100%.
Yeah.
I think of music as its own language, the language of feelings.
Yeah.
It speaks right to the heart, right to the brain.
So we're not just talking about popping in some Mozart to unwind after a long day.
No, no, no. This is way deeper than that.
There are specific ways music therapists use music, actual techniques, to help people work through their trauma.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There are like 5 major ways, 5 mechanisms we see.
Okay, so those 5 mechanisms, the ways music therapists use music, hit us with number 1.
All right, so the first one, it's all about like emotional regulation.
Emotional
So
regulation.
think of it like music can be like a sonic hug for your brain.
A sonic hug. I like that.
Really, like research shows slow, rhythmic music. It can actually slow your heart rate down, regulate your breathing.
No way. It's like a chill pill, but with sound.
Exactly, a natural chill pill.
I feel that. When I'm stressed, I put on some chill tunes. It definitely helps. But what about when it's more than stress? Like when someone's dealing with, I don't know, anger, sadness, the heavy stuff. You can't just like chill that away, right?
No, you're right. Bottling it up, that's not good. And that's where the second mechanism comes in.
Okay, hit me.
Expression and release.
Let it out.
Exactly. Music therapy, it gives you this safe space to let those emotions out.
No.
It's like, imagine drumming out all your frustration, or pouring your heart into a song.
Oh, wow. So powerful. And I bet, especially for someone who can't even find the words to talk about what happened, music gives them a voice.
100%. Sometimes the words just aren't there, but the music, it always understands.
Wow. So it's not always about like the big, loud emotions either, right? Sometimes trauma, it makes you go numb.
That's right. And that's where the body connection comes in.
Mechanism number 3.
Yeah, you're getting it. So trauma can make you feel disconnected from your own body. Music therapy helps you get back in touch.
So how does that work?
Think about drumming again. You're hitting the drum, feeling the vibration. That rhythm, it's grounding. It can actually regulate your nervous system, bring you back into your body.
Whoa. It's like you're pushing those bad vibes out, but with every beat. So that's 3 down: emotional regulation, expression, body connection.
Well,
What are the last 2?
okay, so number 4 is all about creating a sense of safety and comfort.
That's huge, right? Especially with trauma. If you don't feel safe, you can't really open up.
Absolutely. Trust is key.
So where does music fit in?
Okay, think about a song that brings back a happy memory, like that warm, fuzzy feeling you get.
Oh, yeah. Total comfort zone.
Exactly, that familiar music. It's like a security blanket.
Yeah.
It tells your brain, hey, we're good, we're safe.
I get it. So it's like music can either take you back to a good time or remind you that good times still exist.
Powerful stuff, right?
It is. Okay, so 4 down, 1 to go. What's that 5th mechanism, the final piece of the puzzle?
Number 5 is all about building resilience.
Resilience, so bouncing back stronger.
You got it. Because trauma, it can be so isolating, Music, especially in a group, it helps fight that.
I can see that, like singing in a choir or playing music with other people, that feeling of connection has got to be powerful.
It is. It's like this incredible feeling of belonging. And that's so important for healing.
So we've got these 5 awesome ways music can help us heal: emotional regulation, expression, body connection, safety, and building resilience. It's like music is this whole other superpower for our brains.
Totally. And the best part, it's not just some hippy-dippy idea. There's actual science backing it up.
You mentioned some studies before. What were some of the findings that really blew your mind?
One that comes to mind is there was this study on veterans, right, with PTSD. They followed these guys for 6 weeks.
Okay, 6 weeks.
Half of them got regular therapy. The other half, they added music therapy on top of that.
Okay, so same therapy, but with music added in. What happened?
The veterans who did the music therapy, their nightmares went down by like 30%.
Whoa, seriously, 30%. That's huge. Are there studies like that, but with kids? Kids who've been through trauma, because, those early experiences, they stick with you.
Totally. There was this other study, they looked at kids who'd been through trauma, and music therapy helped them in so many ways. They could handle their emotions better, talk about stuff easier, even made more friends.
Wow, so it's like music can get through to them when nothing else can.
It's pretty amazing to see.
This has been seriously such a fascinating deep dive. For anyone listening who's like, okay, this is cool and all, but how do I actually do music therapy? What's the one thing they should know?
Honestly, the biggest thing is music therapy, it's real and it works. It's not like magic.
Right, not a quick fix.
Exactly. It's a tool, a powerful tool. And like any tool, you need to know how to use it. That's where a qualified music therapist comes in.
Right, you wouldn't try to fix your car without knowing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't DIY this one.
So to wrap this up, we've learned music therapy uses music, good old-fashioned music, to help people heal, especially from trauma. And there's science to back it up. It's not just a hunch, it actually works. And it's not just for adults, it helps kids too.
If this is resonating with you, even a little, if you've been through it or you know someone who has, look into it. Seriously, music therapy could be life-changing.
Thinking about all this research, it made me think of my grandma. She was in the hospital a while back, and the nurses would play her favorite music. She couldn't really talk much at the end, but when those songs came on, her face would just light up. It was like the music brought back all these good memories.
That's so powerful. Music, it can reach us even when words can't.
It's true. And maybe that's a good thought for all of us to carry with us today. As you go about your day, really listen to the music around you. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Could music be a tool for you like it was for those veterans in that study? That's it for our deep dive into music therapy. We'll leave you with that thought and encourage you to explore the resources out there, learn a little more. Thanks for listening.